Hello everyone, thanks for popping on here. I was going to go live, but I was having some technical difficulties this morning, so thank you for being here, and I hope that you enjoy this first little blurb of my book, A Daughter's Plea, Letters to My Mother. You can buy in many places, but if you go to my website at www.kimjsigurdson.ca, you can click on a link on there for whichever place you would like to purchase. If you enjoy this blurb, or if you want to keep listening to a few more weeks, and then if you love it, then maybe you would like to purchase a book for yourself. Okay, here goes nothing. Sometimes I just wanted to escape. I often cried myself to sleep, rolled up in a childlike position, trying to comfort myself. Many times I daydreamed about how I wished my life would have been, wondering what I had ever done to deserve this life. I would look up toward the sky and tell God, I've had enough. I can't handle any more. And I would hear, oh yes you can do this. I figured if God thought I could handle it, then I needed to believe there was a reason for all of this. Later, I realized that life keeps pushing you down until you learn the lessons. It took well into my 30s to realize the only person who could change my life was me. I was about 39 years old when I finally really started diving deep into my healing journey. It was the year before we moved up to Kitimat. I was tired of being sick and tired. I knew counseling wasn't going to work for me. I was aware of things like meditation and energy healing, and I felt it would be much more beneficial for me to work with someone who could teach me the tools to heal myself and help me release my emotions in a healthier way. Excuse me. I had been talking about my life story for years, and all it did was bring me back to the old emotions I felt, which I still hadn't released. It didn't matter how hard I tried to be happy and move on from my past. I just felt stuck. I knew there had to be a better way for me. I discovered that a beautiful spiritual woman in my small town of Cobble Hill on Vancouver Island offered spiritual counseling, otherwise known as Ayurvedic counseling. She also offered other Ayurvedic ways of living and many more opportunities to heal. When we had our consultation call, I knew this was what I needed. When she shared the cost with me, I wasn't sure how Richard and I were going to pay for it. I don't know why I was even worried about it. He always had boats and anything he ever wanted, and I was worried about putting money into my self-care. But it was a lot of money. When she discussed the cost with me, she explained that it's supposed to feel uncomfortable. It's so that it gives you a sense of what you feel your self-worth is and the effort of work you're willing to put into yourself. This made complete sense to me. I started seeing her every 2 weeks over a period of 6 months. She taught me how to meditate and provided me with the tools for deep healing, such as healing breath exercises, visualizations, and diet changes to start healing my whole body. Not just my physical body at a cellular level, but also my energy bodies. We have multiple energy bodies that extend outside of our body in layers, starting with the immediate outside layer, being the physical auric body, then the etheric body, emotional body, mental body, casual body, spiritual body, and divine body. Some people know these energy bodies as our auras. These tools really helped to start clearing out stagnant energy in and around my body, and eventually helped to eliminate my anxiety. In the evenings, it became part of my daily routine to make sure I took 20 minutes or so in meditation just for myself, without being bothered, and to allow whatever thoughts or emotions that came up for me to be released. The longer I worked with my spiritual counselor, the more the flow of emotions that started coming up astonished me. I felt safe and held in her healing space, which really set the stage for deep healing and awareness of just how much I had been hanging on to for such a long time. I recognized the importance of allowing my feelings to be released as needed, whenever I could, instead of drowning my pillow before falling to sleep. I could no longer hold my emotions in. Sometimes when you stop yourself from crying, it gets buried and doesn't have a chance to be released until something triggers those emotions again. The more we do this, the more it causes damage to our body, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I remember a period of about 3 days, about a month or so into my sessions with my spiritual counselor, that I literally cried on and off all day. Whether I was cooking dinner or folding laundry, the tears would flow. The floodgates had opened. I was grateful that my children were all mature enough to understand that crying was part of the healing process that I was going through, and that I was okay. In between my counseling appointments, my homework was to practice meditation and the healing breath 3 to 4 times per week, with specific tools that changed every 2 weeks as different issues and memories came up. She often gave me visualization techniques combined with my meditation practice for particular issues that would arise. She also had me practice saying no to the little things that my family would ask of me, so that I could get used to not doing things I didn't really want to do. For an example, my husband and I always watch TV every night, but it's not something I wanted to do all the time. In addition to some energy work on my throat chakra, I was able to start using my voice again. I could start expressing how I felt, even if it was a bit scary at times. In time, I became strong enough to start saying yes to myself more and more. While in meditation, I learned to visualize releasing all my worries and stress to the universe, like tiny little particles moving away from my body. I often visualize these energy particles moving down through my body, through my pelvic floor, and then moving through the layers of the earth to be recycled by Mother Earth. As I started connecting more with my higher power and light source energy, I got the sense that the universe felt more like home to me than here on Earth. When I sat in meditation and connected with the light energies above, it felt so invigorating to breathe that beautiful light energy down through my crown and into my body. When I connect with that space, it feels calm, pure, and peaceful. This is where I go just for a little while when I feel overwhelmed, so I can fill my cup back up. The more I connected with the universe, the more and more I became aware that we are so much more than just a human body. We are spiritual beings living in a physical body I like to call a meat suit, living a human experience. Only the universe and our higher power know where we all came from. Our time on Earth is temporary. Grounding myself became very important to me. Even though connecting with that beautiful space up above feels so freeing, like floating up in the clouds, you might say, it's also important for me to do my breathing techniques so I keep myself calm and clear, rooted like a tree, here on Earth, so I can connect with the higher realm and bring in that beautiful light to everyone around me. I have to make sure I meditate regularly and keep focused on my soul's journey. Taking time out of my busy day just for me was uncomfortable at first. When I began my meditation and healing breath practice, it honestly felt like I had to sneak away to my bedroom, like I was doing something wrong. I'd never taken time for myself before. My family had my undivided attention all the time. I remember sitting in meditation having to ignore my children calling out for me. I knew it wasn't urgent. So I kept focused on my meditation. When I asked them later what they needed, they said they just wanted to know where I was. Richard could barely handle me taking 10 minutes to meditate at first. He would come across frustrated when I would let him know I was going to do my meditation practice. It's like he couldn't handle me not being available to him, or maybe he had insecure thoughts about what I was doing. He was always worried I was going to leave him for a younger man. Right from the beginning. Eventually, my whole family got used to giving me the space to do my practice and understood how important it was for me. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to leave it there, and I look forward to popping on live with you next week. I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions or want to comment, I look forward to seeing those. Okay, bye.